Well, good morning, everyone, team. Let's start the session for today. Meanwhile, others can join parallelly. Just 1 second, team. Let me open that Excel sheet. Okay. So in yesterday's session, team, we were talking about our enterprise configuration in the system, right? So as part of our enterprise configuration team, first we have completed with our reference data sets in the system. And then yesterday, after reference data set configuration team, we have seen how to configure the locations in the system. And while we configuring the enterprise, how to map that location to the enterprise, we have seen team. And we proceeded with the configuration of enterprise in the system. So while we configuring the enterprise, we have discussed about this, what do you to say, workday timings, and then the concept of person number and worker number we have discussed team. And we were in the generation methods of that person number and worker number. So let me continue from where we left out yesterday team. So let me go to the system and where we have to come team to configure the enterprise in the system, come to setup and maintenance. Okay. Come to setup and maintenance, and then under workforce deployment, you search with a task called team manage enterprise HCM information. Come to manage enterprise HCM information. This is what we started yesterday team, right? So we have not completed that. Let me click on edit and let me click on correct so that the entire page will become editable. So this section we have seen team, and then workday information concept I explained you yesterday, and we were here team enterprise information task. Okay. So here I was explaining you yesterday person number and worker number concept. What is the difference between person and worker number in the Fusion system team? And then their generation methods, how this generation method concept is working also practically we have seen yesterday. I have opened the front end screen, the HR transaction screen team. And if I keep manual, what is the behavior of the person number field? And if I keep automatic, what is the behavior we have seen team? And in automatic, I told you the initial sequence that what system should kickstart the numbering team. We can give, I told you. And alphanumeric, as I told, as of now, it's not supported in automatic team, only in manual system supporting, I told you. And what is this prior to submission upon final save? Both differences also explained you team. This part we completed yesterday. Now, worker number when it comes team, the generation method. I told you one important point yesterday team. In the sheet 48, you can observe worker number concept is optional in the system. If at all client don't want worker number, they can switch off this feature I told you team in the system. Correct? So here you can do that. See, whenever we come to the generation method of worker number team, we have couple of options coming up here. What are they? Here also automatic manual we have team. In automatic two options, manual I have not used. But in person number, we don't have that feature of not used team. But in worker number, we have not used. If I keep not used team, worker number will be disabled. Kumar, where it will come in the front end, the worker numbers here team. If I go to another tab by duplicating, So once we hand over the system to the client, the HR people started using team. So HR will go to my client group, new person, and then hire an employee team to hire the new employee in the system. Person number will come here. Worker number, the moment you choose the legal employer team, the field will open team, because worker numbers are specific to legal entities. I told you yesterday, nothing but legal employers team. So I'm selecting one of the existing in this demo instance team by legal employer by name, India legal entity. In our case team, whatever that we will define, these all things team. Okay. So let me give, see, the moment I give the legal employer, the field came here as worker number. So person number will come here, worker number will come here. But if I keep at the enterprise level not used team in the entire system, that feature will be disabled. Whenever HR is hiring, this worker number itself will not show to them here in the front end. It will be hidden out. So if you want that, not use it. If not team, manual. If you keep manual while hiring, this worker number field will come with open box. Like person number, how it came yesterday, worker number also will come with open box team. HR have to manually input whatever the worker number he want to give in that team. Then if not manual team, automatic options we have. In automatic also we have two options team. Automatic generation using global sequence, okay, and automatic generation using legal employer sequence. What do you mean by these two things team? Automatic using global sequence, and one more is automatic generation using legal employer sequence. See team, in person number only, Oracle given the flexibility to give the sequence number to start. Initial person number team we can give. But in worker number, though we go with automatic, we don't have the option to select. By default team, system will start with number 1 as a worker number allocation team. Only for person number, we have the sequencing concept to start with what you want. But worker number will start by default with one team. But what is this difference between automatic global sequence and legal employer sequence? For example, team, my client have two legal entities, Tata Automobiles Private Limited. Then one more is Tata Communications Private Limited. Let's assume two companies my client have team, two legal employers my client have. Then the recruitment happening here team. If I choose team, automatic generation using global sequence. For example, first employee hired in Tata Automobiles, number 1 allocated team. Second employee hired here, number 2. Third employee hired here, number 3. Let's say fourth employee hired in communications team, then number 4 will allocate. Then fifth person hired in communication, 5. Sixth person hired in Tata Automobiles, then 6. See team, if I go with automatic using global sequence across the legal employers, the sequence will share on a head count, first come, first serve basis team. See, here, first 4 people in Tata Automobiles are these people, but fourth person given with a number of 6 because the sequence shared. The first 2 people in Tata Communications getting 4 and 5. Kumar, should chart with 1, no? First person, no? No. Global sequence, if you go team, across the legal entities, the sequence will share like this team. But if I go with same example, automatic generation using legal employer sequence team, every legal employer will have its own sequence team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh? Every legal entity will have its own sequence of allocating the worker numbers. Global sequence means it will share across the LEs. Legal employer sequence means every legal employer will have its own sequence of worker number allocation team. So that is the generation methods we have in the system. So whatever is your client requirement in their application, we have to set up that feature accordingly team. Okay, not use it manual, automatic, whatever you want team. So that is about person number and worker number generation methods. Okay. And then team, we have global person name language option here. What is this team? See, even this also on the hiring screen only. Whenever HR hiring the employee in the front end, the very first tab is identification tab team. Here we will capture basic details, personal details and all team here. So in personal details team will capture employee name information team, surname, title, first name, middle name, last name, C team. So you will capture all the details. Here we have global name language, American English means the name formats that we have to input here will be in the English format team. Okay. So that is coming from this option, global person name language. At the enterprise level, we have set it up with US team, the country language selection we have given team. So here that coming up with American English team. So that is by default, any implementation you go, clients will go with this. We don't touch this feature actually. You can go with that. But the front end, the functionality is there team on the hiring level. Then team, we have person creation duplicate check. Yesterday, someone asking me a question. Kumar, person number concept when you explaining rehire example you have told us. In future, if employee rehiring in the system also, system will identify that record and we can allocate the same person number to the employee. How system will check the duplications in the system? Huh? Rehiring cases, how system will check means in the Fusion application team, we have a concept called duplicate check. Very important feature team. And also from the point of interviews also, definite question. Interviewer never ask you what is duplication check feature at enterprise level. They will give you scenario. See, I'm having a requirement that whenever any employee rejoining in future, when HR hiring them, I want some validation to implement to find out whether the existing person or not, this newly hiring employee today. So we have person creation duplicate check. And we have different combinations that Oracle given here team. See, NID or last name, first in multiple combinations team. NID, last name, full first name, date of birth, gender, or NID, or last name, first initial, date of birth, gender, or NID. Multiple combinations team. What are all this, in the front end, whenever HR hiring the employee, these all are the attributes or the fields that HR captures team. See, today I'm hiring an employee team on March 19th, 2025. Today, I'm hiring a new employee in the system team. I have here C team, first name, middle name, last name, gender, date of birth, NID. See, all these details of the employee team, we will capture in the system. We will capture in the system. So team, today, let's assume I'm hiring an employee by name, okay, by name, Suresh Verma in the system team. For example, already Suresh Verma is an ex-employee in the organization. In 2023, he worked and he left the company. It means what team? Already in the system, this employee Suresh Verma record will be there with inactive termination flag because he's an inactive employee. 2 years back, he was there, he left the company, he resigned. So his resignated record, his inactive record will be there in the system, right team? Now again, after 2 years in 2025, again HR hiring Mr. Suresh Verma. So HR will give all the details, no first name, last name, gender, date of birth, okay? Every detail HR giving team and even NID details, everything. So the moment while HR hiring the employee team, if I go to the next button, system will check for the duplication team. Whatever the combination that we are selecting at the enterprise level. So if I go with team, last name, full first name, date of birth, gender. Either these four attributes should match: last name, full first name, date of birth, gender. It will work in AND condition. Either these all should match or at least NID of the employee should match, because NID is mostly user team. It's a mandatory thing. Why? Because NID is something which is unique for every one team. So I'm giving some details team. When I proceed next button, system will check the existing database records team. If any employee with these details are matching in the system will throw up a pop-up message saying that proceed with the new record creation or you want to continue with his old record, like that team. So while HR hiring, the moment HR move from first tab to second tab, the duplication check will happen in the system team. Okay, the duplication check will happen in the system team. So different combinations Oracle given. Only NID we have, or either NID should match, or either these attributes should match. Last name, full first name, date of birth, gender, or NID, or only NID. We have different combinations team. What attributes you want to consider, you can set up in the option team. So going forward in the system, whenever HR hiring the employee, based on these information, the validation check system will do. 99.9% every client will ask for this feature to enable team. So this is duplication check feature we have in the system. So these things we done team. Then worker number generation also we have seen. Now the next most important concept team, employment model in the Fusion system. So in interview, you might get a question like, can you talk about the employment models, or how many types of employment models you have? Or can you explain about the employment architecture you have in the system? Question might be framed in any way, but the expectation is about employment model concept team. In Fusion system, let me go to the Excel and I will explain team. When it comes to employment model, okay, in Fusion system, we have two types of employment models team. What are they? We have two-tier employment model, stay focused team, very important, and three-tier employment model. Okay. How many employment models we have team? Two-tier and three-tier employment models. We have two employment models available in the system team. Two-tier and three-tier. So what is the difference between two-tier and three-tier team? In two-tier employment model, we can even call it as two-tier architecture, three-tier architecture also team. In two-tier employment model, we have the concepts like work relationship at the top, then under that we have assignment team. In two-tier employment model, we have work relationship at the top and assignment under that team. In three-tier employment model, we have work relationship, okay, assignment, and in between the assignment and the work relationship team, we have one more concept came called employment terms in the system. So team, earlier when Oracle introduced the applications team, only two-tier model was there. Later on, Oracle introduced three-tier, but majority of the clients, if you see in the market, they will go with two-tier only team. Three-tier, you can take it on a lighter note. We are not seeing not many, maximum people will opt two-tier only team. But what is the difference? Let us understand team. Two employment models, two-tier and three-tier. In two-tier, we have work relationship assignment. In three-tier, work relationship under that assignment, and between that we have employment terms. First of all, let us talk about work relationships team. What do you mean by work relationship? Very important team to understand. In Fusion, we have four types of work relationships team. In Fusion system, we have four types of work relationships team. Okay. What are they? We have something called employee contingent worker. Okay. Then pending worker, then non-worker. In Fusion application team, we have four types of work relationships available, team. Employee, contingent, pending, non-worker. It means, team, I have my legal entity by name, let's say Tata Automobiles Private Limited, team. Okay. So let's assume, team, in Tata Automobiles Private Limited, today on 19th March, okay, on 19th March 2025, I am hiring an employee by name Rajesh, okay, Verma, team. I'm hiring an employee by name Rajesh Verma. So what relationship I'm going to create for Rajesh Verma with my legal employer or the company team, Tata Automobiles? I'm going to hire Mr. Rajesh as an employee in Tata Automobiles, or I'm going to hire him as a contingent worker in Tata Automobiles, or I'm going to hire him as a pending worker or as a non-worker. What is the relationship Rajesh is going to have with Tata Automobiles Private Limited? So we have four types of work relationships, team. Employee means the real-time permanent employee in the client organization. If you are hiring Mr. Rajesh as a full-time permanent employee in Tata Automobiles, you can create employee work relationship to Rajesh with Tata Automobiles. You can hire him as an employee in Tata Automobiles team. Employee means the full-time permanent employee in the client organization. Then we have contingent worker relationship team. What do you mean by contingent worker? Contract employees team. Contingent worker means nowadays this is quite common in all industries team. Even in our IT industry also, contract based hirings are very common. When you drop the resumes in the Naukri also team, you will be getting the calls from different consultancies saying that we are recruiting for Oracle, we are recruiting for Deloitte, we are recruiting for Infosys. Means what, team? You are the permanent employee of that ex consultancy, but you will be working in Infosys as a contract employee, team. Infosys will not pay salary to you. Your mother company, your payroll company will pay salary. Infosys will pay to them and they will pay to you. So if you want to hire in the Fusion system any employee on that contract type method, team, we will call as contingent worker in the system. Contingent worker means contract worker, contract employee. Means company directly won't pay salaries to them. There will be some other third party company where that employees are actually part of. So company will pay to them, they will pay the salaries to the employees team, right? So employee means the permanent employees. Contingent worker means the contract employees of our client company's team. Then we have pending worker relationship type. What is pending worker, team? See, before the onboarding, for example, today, Wednesday, 19th March, interviews happened, team. People got selected. Their actual joinings are from next week, Tuesday onwards, team. From 25th March, the employee hire dates or start dates or onboarding dates, team. But before their actual joining or the onboarding, if you want to hire that record in the system, team, because certain pre-onboarding formalities employees have to complete. So before their actual joining, before their actual onboarding, if I want to have their records created in the system, team, before the hiring date, if I am hiring them, I can hire them as pending workers, team. So while we hiring pending workers team, we will give the proposed date, their actual hire date, team. So on that date, HR will convert from pending worker to employee. I have a separate process for that. I will tell you how to handle that, team. But pending worker relationship is that one. Let's say if ORC implemented, team. Usually in Oracle Recruiting Cloud, when the recruiting activity is completed, employee will hire as pending worker. From there, it will come to core HR. That's a different story. But usually, concept wise, if you ask me, team, pending worker relationship means that one. Pending worker, before the actual joining of the employee, if you want to have that record created, HR will create pending worker relationship to that employee, team. So employee, contingent, pending, and one more we have in the Fusion system, non-worker. Non-worker means these are not direct employees to the client organization team, but still they will be contributing. Volunteers who working for the organization, you can take as an example, or any other outsiders who supporting to the company's growth. Okay, we can call them as non-workers team, the retired employees, okay, who is doing a kind of freelancing to the company, or volunteers who working team, or any other third party people who contributing to the company's growth, whatever it is team. We can call them as non-workers team. So we have in the Fusion system these four types of work relationships team. So while we hiring the employee in the system also, system will ask us what type of relationship you are going to create to this person, whether you are hiring him as an employee or a contingent worker or as a pending worker or as a non-worker. At the work relationship level team, we will capture legal employer details team, in which company we are hiring the employee, hire date. Then we have some concepts like actions, action reasons team, then worker type. Okay, these all details, and also person number. If worker number is there, worker number. These details we will capture at the work relationship level team. So here you will be observing whenever we hand over the system team. Let's suppose the HR started using the system and they want to hire the people team. See, when HR come to my client group, new person, HR will have the four options in the new person dashboard team. See, hire an employee, add a contingent worker, add a pending worker, add a non-worker. So for four of what are these, I will tell later team when we come to this transaction. But see team, for four of the work relationships, four individual tasks HR having. So if HR want to hire an employee, contingent worker, add a contingent, pending, non-worker. So team, why you are telling all this, Kumar? Why means in Fusion system, we have these four types of work relationships team. At the enterprise level, whatever the employment model that I opt team, whether we have multiple combinations, again, I will tell you, 2-tier or 3-tier, whatever the model we opt team, while HR hiring the people in the system, it could be any work relationship, employee, conti, anything. Let's assume I'm hiring an employee team. See, hire date we capture team, then legal employer in which we are hiring. So as of now, I'm using any of the existing India legal entity. In our case team, Tata Automobiles, let's assume team. So I'm hiring Mr. Rajesh Verma today in this India legal entity as an employee team. First two tabs are employee personal details team, identification, person information, where we capture employee name, NID. Then in second tab also employee address, then phone number, email. Third tab team, employment info tab. While HR's hiring the employees in the system, employment info tab, where we will capture the employee work relationship and assignment details team. So whatever the employment model that you enable, the design of this third tab will be decided team. While HR is hiring the people in the system, it could be employee, contingent, non-worker, pending. The third tab, the design of this third tab will be decided based upon the employment model that we opting team. Okay. So let me go with 2-tier option team as of now. If 2-tier means how it looks like, I'll show you, or 3-tier how it looks like. In 2-tier, work relationship at the top we have under that assignment. For example, today I'm hiring Mr. Rajesh Verma in Tata Automobiles as an employee team. Okay. Now in this company, Rajesh is going to have employee work relationship. He's going to work as an employee team. Now, under that work relationship, we have assignment team. Means in this company, what is the piece of work he is going to do? What is the assignment he is going to do? At assignment level team, we will capture in which business unit in that legal employer we are hiring the employee, in which department, in which job, in which position, in which grade, in which location we are hiring the employee. Then what is his probation period? Okay, what is his probation period, or what is his notice period? Then who is his manager? If this person working in a managerial cadre, who are the subordinates working under him? Okay, then what is his payroll? What is his monthly salary? These all details, team, we will maintain at the assignment level in the Fusion system. Okay, work relationship level, we will maintain these information of the employee team. Assignment level, these information we will maintain. So if you see here, it looks like this, team. While we hiring the employee team, first two tabs, employee personal details like hire date, I'm giving the legal employer, worker type employee. Then team, I'm hiring the employee. Some mandatory details, just ignore team, someone defined custom field DFF, your previous batch people, ignore it. Then let me come to next team, person information here. So here we will capture team address, phone, email. These all things we will see actual transactions when we're talking about. Come to the third tab, team, employment info tab. Here you will observe the structure of the page. See, when you come to employment info page, here we will capture the newly hiring employees employment information. See, this is the work relationship detail. I am hiring Rajesh Verma as an employee in this legal employer with this person number from this hire date. So in this legal employer as an employee, in our case team, Tata Automobiles in our example. Okay. But in the demo instance, we have not created our legal entities. I'm using existing one team. So today I'm hiring Rajesh Verma as an employee in this legal employer with this person number. These details only we are capturing now at the work relationship level. Now, this is the work relationship team. I have work relationship. Rajesh is having employee work relationship with legal employer of this. Now, under work relationship, we will have assignment coming up. See, under work relationship, we have assignment coming up. So at the assignment level, we have assignment number concept. I will come to this later. Business unit in which we are hiring team. In this legal employer, as an employee, in which BU he will be working. Then what is his position, job, grade, department, location. Then we will capture his manager details, his probation, his notice period, his direct report is, his payroll details, the salary part. These all things we will maintain at the assignment level. So team, in two-tier model, work relationship under that assignment. So if I opt in my system at the enterprise level, two-tier employment model team, while HR is hiring the employee, the third tab, the structure, what all functionalities should come will be decided from that team. Currently two-tier enabled. So work relationship, under that which assignment is working, these are coming team. Here, if I go with the team, three-tier model team. In three-tier model, same concept. I have work relationship at the top, assignment under that team. Between work relationship and assignment team, Oracle came up with one more concept called employment terms. So whatever the details we capturing here at the assignment, even you can capture here. Along with that team, some employee contract details also you can capture here. So where employee will be working in the organization based upon certain terms team. So in few of the Middle East projects team, we are using three-tier employment model. That too not mandatory to use, because in Middle East countries team, if you go to UAE, Saudi, Qatar, Oman, many people will come from other parts of the world team working in their countries, where they will be working in some contract basis. Contingent worker is different story. Here I'm talking about their employees only, but they will work for 1 year contract, 2 year contracts on a specific terms, on a specific agreements. They will get into the company and they will work team. So if I opt three-tier model team, The third tab, how it looks like, work relationship, assignment, and beside one more tab I will get here, team, coming as employment terms. One more tab I will get, team. So all these assignmental information I can capture at the terms level also, team. The same structure, whatever these we are seeing here, team. These all assignmental section. One more terms will come. We can capture at that level also, team. So usually where employees will have the situation, companies have the situation to capture the contractual terms information, and also where employees will be engaged in multiple assignmental activities, team, three-tier employment model clients will be using. But this option, blindly you can ignore that, team, I can say, because many of the cases in the real-time projects we are observing, clients are habituated to two-tier and they're using two-tier. Why? Because, team, this contract concept Oracle later on introduced within the two-tier model also, team. What Oracle did, team, within two-tier and three-tier, multiple combinations Oracle brings in. See, two-tier single assignment, two-tier multiple assignment, two-tier single contract single assignment. See, Oracle introduced the contract combination within assignment of two-tier also, team. So if I want to show you that, I'll show you here, team. Let me use one of the Middle East legal employer in this demo instance, team. So let me search with the Saudi legal employer. Okay, I have, this is in Saudi Arabia, team. So let me show you how that looks like. So just I'm giving some name by some details randomly I'm giving. Okay. Okay. And whatever the mandatory fields, I'm quickly filling them. Go to next. Now see, team, when I come to this third tab, employment info tab, you will observe the difference here, team. The structure of this page will decide accordingly. See, work relationship at the top. Then assignment I have under that, team. Then again, I have one more section came contract info. See, so here I can capture, team. In Middle East, we have these options, team. Employees will work in specific 1-year contract, 2-year contracts. These things we can capture, team. This is something in the system, two-tier single contract, single assignment feature. If you enable, it will come. So multiple employment models we have. And again, team, few of the clients, not many, few of the clients will ask that, Kumar, in my company, I will make my employee to work for multiple assignments also. It means, team, for an employee, you want to assign multiple assignments, team, in the same company. Let's say Rajesh Verma working in Tata Automobiles, then he is working for 2 assignments, team, here. Assignment 1 and assignment 2. Means what, team? He might be working in Tata North BU, okay, in sales department as a sales manager in Hyderabad location, team. Okay, in Hyderabad location, team. I also want for time being employed to work in another assignment, team, in Tata South BU, okay, in marketing department as a sales manager, okay, in Hyderabad or Mumbai location, team. He will have this kind of arrangement also we have in the system, team. Multiple assignment, single employee in the company, he can take part multiple assignments also, team. 2 works he can do. Even payroll also, team, the salary we can pay him accordingly. For 2 assignments, if you want 2 salaries, you can pay, team, in 2-tier model. So Oracle given that flexibility or leverage. If I go with 2-tier multiple assignment combination, team, while HR hiring the employees in the system, in a single company, in a single work relationship, team, you can make employee multiple assignments also. You can tag multiple assignments to the employee, team. If I go with 2-tier single assignment, team, at any point of time while hiring the employee or after hiring, you can assign only 1 assignment to the employee, team. If not that, team, 2-tier single contract or single assignment, multiple contracts. If I go with this combination, team, here while we hiring, I will get this contract section also coming up. So the thing is, team, whenever we hiring the employee, this employment info tab sections or the functionalities will be decided based upon the employment model that we select at our enterprise level. Whatever you choose here, the structure of this page will decided accordingly, whether it is 2 tier or 3 tier or within 2 tier, if it is single contract or just multiple assignments, single assignments, you have this team. If I opt a 3 tier model team, I have 3 tier single term, single assignment, single terms, multiple assignments team. Here, while you are hiring team, the employment info tab, work relationship, assignment, and beside one more tab, terms will come. So how you want the system? You in the sense your client want the system. We will enable that model team. Majority of the times, I'm telling you, 2 tier is what we are seeing team. Out of my experience, if you ask me also, all my clients were using 2 tier only. Within that, they are differed. Some will use single assignment, some will use multiple assignment, and Middle East clients nowadays using 2 tier single contract, single assignments like that team. 3 tier model we have, it will be slightly complex, not regularly used model in the markets team. But in 3 tier, one more section will come above assignment team, that is employment terms. Here, one thing we can achieve with 3 tier team. For example, usually team, the salary part in Fusion system, we will maintain at assignment level of the employee. In 2 tier model, if I have multiple assignments concept team, I'm paying twice the salary to the employee. The same employee getting two salaries for two assignments team. But let's say my client telling Kumar, in my company, I will make my employee to work for dual assignments, but salary I will pay only one. No multiple salaries, Kumar. In 3 tier team, the salary part also you can maintain above 8 terms. So even employee work for multiple assignments here team, the salary part you can maintain at the terms level single time team. So 1, 2, 3 assignments he might work. Only one salary you can pay here in 3 tier team. But in 2 tier, salary you will maintain by default at assignment. So 2 employments employee working, 3 assignments employee working, then the salary also you will pay him accordingly. But usually maximum companies will not allow for multiple assignments in real time. Very rare situations team. So the most adopted model in the market, rest of the world, a part of Middle East, going with the 2 tier single assignment team. Few of the clients who have that kind of requirement, they want to make employees to work for multiple assignments, they will go with 2 tier. The Middle East projects, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Oman, okay, Bahrain, 2 tier single contract, single assignment. These countries clients are using this team. Other parts of the world using 2 tier single or multiple. 99% in your real-time projects, you will be working on these only. But as such, we have the other model in the system. I have to explain you. I have explained this team. So whatever the employment model that we choose, while HR hiring the employee, contingent, pending, non-worker, anything team, the third tab, employment info tab, the design of this tab will decided accordingly. The functionalities will come accordingly as per the employment model we choose team. So whatever is your client requirement, you can opt it accordingly. Now, few of you might get a doubt here. Kumar, first of all, while the implementation happening, client told us we want single assignment. After 3 months, client telling that Kumar, we want to move to 3 tier model, or within 2 tier only, from single assignment to multiple assignment we want to move. Is it doable in the system? Not only your question, in the interview also you might get a question like this. Can we able to switch employment models in the Fusion system later on? Huh? Hope the point is valid, right? Whatever I'm telling. The question many of you might be having in mind, or at least now you might be thinking after this thing. See, usually these all setups we do in the initial time of project implementation. These are very carefully taken decisions from the client team. So it's not a suggestible thing to switch the employment models. And in fact, system also will not allow us to change the employment models whenever we want, because we will hire the employees in the system after this team. So all the employees hired with these employment structures only team. But some combinations system will allow it later on if you want to change also. So one page PDF I have prepared for that team. From which model to which model you can able to switch in future. That will be explained in that PDF team. Today after the session in the community, I will upload that PDF. Everyone please go through it and understand. Further explanation is not needed after this. You can easily understand that team. From which employment model to which employment model we can able to switch in future if client asking to change, and which is not allowable. That I have explained in that one page differentiation PDF team. You can find it. So here the employment model, what your client want, we can choose it accordingly team. And then employment terms override at assignment. See this feature and even these features team, we cannot talk about them now. While we performing the transactions in the system team, I'll show you. See here, while we hiring the employee in the system team, in the third tab, employment info tab, when you come team, if I choose 3-tier model, employment terms override at assignment feature will be user team and people group flex field. We have one concept in Fusion system called a people group team here. At the hiring screen and the employment info tab at the assignment level, we have that feature called people group team. But we will see them in the payroll module team. The very first concept in payroll sheet, if you see, we have a concept called a key flex fields team. Here I have people group key flex field. See, when we come to payroll, after explaining you this concept, I can explain you what is this PPG team. So your previous batch, 7 to 8, I have another batch going on. For them, yesterday only we discussed the payroll module, this concept team, and I enable this structure here. So what is this? Or even salary level, where in the Fusion system for the employees you will maintain the salary. These three attributes, keep it for future discussion. Whenever we come to the hiring screen of the employee, when we performing the transaction in Core HR module, I will touch base on these things because you won't understand now team. When we come to these respective topics, we will see what are these team. So here in the enterprise information team, these concepts we have to talk about. Okay. Then what we have team, currency support information. See, this is just for information purpose only. You give it or not doesn't have any impact. What is this team? Transaction processing conversion rate type, then report see team, usually companies when they're doing the business, they will do the business with cross boundaries also. Means I have my company in India. I'm doing business with the customers in United States. So I will be receiving the payments from them in dollars. For that, I have to do the conversion to do pay to me in rupees stream. Or if I have to pay the bill to them, some service or product I'm purchasing from the other country vendor stream, my company have to pay in their currency team. So there will be currency conversion rates in the market. $1 is equal to how much of Indian rupees, or £1 is equal to how much of Indian rupees. So different conversion rates that which are globally accepted as per the RBI or several banking norms, we have team. So what is that currency conversion rate that your client using in their business? That we have to provide team. But as I told you, this particular part will be handled by the finance people in the projects team, Fusion Financials. That too not at the enterprise level. In the financial module, they have the separate setups team, cash, currency, conversion rates and all. So here just for information at the enterprise level, Oracle given. Usually we don't give anything. We will ignore that. Not required also team. Nothing usable in the system as far as HCM is concerned. So team, further we have to talk about user and role provisioning information. This is very important section to understand team again. What is this team? User and role provisioning information. User account creation. See how many of you remember team day 3 and day 4 classes 10-15 days back when we started the batch team. Okay. day 3 and day 4, what we discussed? Security administration. I started team. Our training, the first concept I started is what? Security administration. How in the Fusion system, the user accounts, the rules to be created. During that time, I told you one thing, team. For non-employees, how to create manually, we have seen team. But if it is an employees in the client organizations, I told you, system will automatically create the user accounts. I told you when team, whenever HR hiring the employee in the system, when the hiring transaction completes, automatically system will create user accounts for the client employees. I told you for that feature team, one second, let me open that Excel what I have given already. You people have that Excel with you. Let me open my demo sheet what I used in the day 3 class team. One second, let me open that here team. Let me share back my screen. So have you remembered this screen team? I mean this sheet. Day 3, I talked about user account creation, security administration, user account management, role management. We discussed it, no? Here I told you, right? For non-employees, manually we will create. But for employees in the system, I told you, system will automatically create the user accounts, right team? But this functionality to be workable means at the enterprise level, an important 5-star market interview question. Okay. User account creation. If I keep none, user account creation. If I keep none, none of the employees in the system will be auto created with the user accounts team. Whenever HR hiring, system will not create the user accounts to the newly hired employees. HR have to manually go and HR have to create the account team. If you want to test it out, you test it out. The demo instance or test environment is available to you. User account creation. If you keep none, you are disabling that feature. So none of the employees in the system, when HR hiring them, system will auto create user account. This feature to be workable means at the enterprise level, user account creation, I have to keep as both person and party user. Person means in our HCM product, worker. Person means employee that we are hiring. Party user means who, Kumar? Party user means team. In our finance product or in our supply chain product or in our CRM product team, third party people will be there in the system. Vendors, suppliers, distributors, promoters, company will work with them team. Correct? So their records also will be created team because they also required the Fusion portal access to share the invoices, to update the billings, to quotations, to share goods, to update for all these purposes team. So in finance, in supply chain or in CRM, when that third party people creating in the system, for them also system will automatically create the user accounts team. If I give only party user, it is useless for our HCM team. For our employees, it won't create, only for party. So team, in every real-time project, not 99%, 100% every client will ask for this feature. So user account creation, both person and party user, we have to give. Then only whenever we hire the employee and whenever they create third party people in the system, for both of the scenarios, system will automatically create the user accounts team. So mandatory question you can expect him. They won't ask you what is user account creation in enterprise screen. They won't ask you the question like that. They will give you the situation. I'm hiring an employee, but system not generating the user account. What could be the issue? Can you please explain? Then you have to tell. Please go and check in the enterprise configuration screen. User account creation you might kept as none. That is why system not creating the user account. That is the answer you have to give. Okay. Every question team expect in this way only. Don't expect straightforward vanilla flavor questions. Straight one-to-one definitions. Never expect in the interview. They will give you the situation. They will give you the problem. and they will expect the functionality what we have in the system to address that problem team, right? Then we have team user account role provisioning. What is role provisioning concept? Here only team, I just given you heads up on this concept. I have not covered it so far because role management we have not completed in the system team. I told you again after our functional training, I will separately take the session on roles part. Here team, we have something called auto provisioning of roles because we all know team while we hiring the employee in the system, automatically user accounts are getting generated by the system to the employee. Then what about roles team? After hiring HR manually will go to security console, edit that worker and add the roles what he want to do. What is the use? HR can manually create the account now. So how the user accounts are automatically creating? Even the roles also will auto assign to the employees team. In Fusion system, we have a concept called auto provisioning of roles. For every role, we will write some rules with conditions team. If at all employee hiring in this legal employer, in this department, in this position, in this grade, then these roles are eligible to him. Like that team, in the roles concept, for every role in the system, we will write certain rules or conditions team. So whenever we hiring the employee, we will capture all the details about the employee team. If any employee getting qualified to the rules that what we configured at the role level, when system creating the user account, roles also will auto assign team. How to do that? We have a separate sessions team. 2-3 hours discussion is needed that I'm going to touch base once we complete our functional training when we're talking about roles team. But here, what is the feature, Kumar, at the enterprise level? Though in the system team, I configured auto provisioning rules for all our roles in the system. At the enterprise level, user account role provisioning, if I keep none, this functionality itself I am disabling in the system. Though you configured auto provisioning rules in the roles concept team, whenever you hiring an employee, none of the employee will be automatically assigned with the roles because you are disabling that feature in the system team. So if you want that automation of roles to be workable in the system at the enterprise level, user account role provisioning also keep as both person and party user. So these both we have to keep as both person and party user team, user account creation and user account role provisioning. So these are the functionalities that we are enabling in the system team. That is why enterprise setup is very important. Many functionality, every attribute that we discussing can be a question in the interview. I keep on telling you team. Then user account maintenance. What is this team? So usually once after we create the account team, as a HR admin, I can go to security console, I can go to the user account and I can able to edit that user and I can capture whatever the details I want team, correct? I can rename the user account, I can add the roles, I can delete the roles. These all things we have seen team while we practicing the, while we discussing the security classes team, correct here. While after we creating the user account, as an admin, you can go to security console, search the account, edit, and you can do whatever you want team. Similarly, team, I mean to say, user account maintenance, if I keep none team, so that all maintenance activities to the user accounts by the admins cannot be done. We don't have any edit options coming up there team. So here you have to keep this one also team, both person and party user team. 100% in your real-time projects, these three features we will keep both person and party user. Every client will ask the functionalities like this team. You can take it as granted. Okay, so I will conclude here for today team. In tomorrow's session, these two left out concepts here and further what we can discuss, we will discuss team. Maximum, I'll try to conclude this topic by tomorrow. If not, the very next session, first 10-15 minutes, it will take to complete team. Now let me go to the question and answers for today. And one more team, after question and answers, or before that, let me show you the requirement gathering team. From last 2 days, couple of people asking me, Kumar, how the requirement gathering template looks like. Just 1 second, team. Every day I'm forgetting that. Just give me 1 minute. I will be back to the questions. Okay, it looks like this team basically. This is one of the sample for core HR module I'm showing to you, right? So usually team, these all documents, requirement gathering, solution designing, or MD50, or TE40, test scripts, or BR100. I will take a separate workshop. Usually on that day, I will show and I will share with you. But as such, few people are asking, I want to just show you the how the document looks like. So like this team, this is one of the requirement gathering document team, RD50, we call it as, for our core HR module. So we will ask all the requirement from the client with this team. Everything as a questionnaire. See, name of the ultimate holding company. What is the primary industry? What is your financial year start date? How many legal entities are there in your enterprise? Please provide a list and chart of that. What are your standard working hours? Then provide the list of holidays followed by you in the year. Then what is the employee numbering pattern you followed in the organization? Okay. Will the employee retain the employee number in case of intra-company transfers? Then everything team, everything. User requirements team. How you want your user requirements. Then what should be your password policy? We will ask everything in the form of the questionnaire team, and client will give the responses team. Whatever their requirement they will give. So we will keep this and we will configure the system team, because we don't know, right? These all are client data, client requirements team, what they want. So we will explain to the client and client will fill their responses and they will give it back to us team. So we will we will use these templates for getting all our required information team. Okay. But these things, extension to this documents part, in our workshop session on implementation and support, I will discuss with you team. Now let me go to the questions for today team. Any questions as such in today's topic, online people?
Yeah. Hello, Kumar. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, Mehara, please.
Yeah. Kumar, see, I had a requirement in EBS while working for the implementation project. Let's say the enterprise is in UAE, but I have legal entities across African region. So the Indians who are working in African region, they are expat there as well as they are local employees. So their payrolls are processed in two different types. Let's say one is in local allowance, another is in their offshore, like Indian based salary. So there we had configured multiple assignment concept. So in Fusion, right now you have explained to us that 2 tiers, multiple assignment.
In
The
your
same.
case, multiple work relationship will useful, not multiple assignment, because they are working in whatever the country, currently UAE or Africa something, and also in India you are telling, right?
Yes, Indians expat actually. They're working
Uh,
in African region and they are
okay.
getting
And you
and
want
salary.
paid both the places, here and there.
Yes, local allowance there for the tax purpose, etc. But the real time salary in India.
See, in that case, how your client is handling, I don't know. Usually, two ways we can handle.
Mhm.
Their hiring will happen in the Indian company, the Indian legal employer. The salary will be paid from that. Then one more assignment we will add for the region where they went on, temporary assignment, or we have another assignment to add there. There, if you want to process the salary means, there also your company require a registration there.
Yeah.
If not, as a out of the finance, they can share, I mean, they can pay it out of the regular salary part. Allowance directly they will pay to their accounts. That where finance will account into the costings and all. But usually, if you want to process them in payroll from two different countries, there and here, both places, your client should have two companies registered and they have to process the salary accordingly.
Okay.
Okay.
So in that case, 2 tier and not multiple assignment. It is
Multiple
different.
assignment. Two work relationships your employees will have. One in India, one in What is that other country?
Africa.
Africa or something. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it. Because in that we have set up a currency, Indian
Hmm.
currency. Salary should be in Indian currency, one
Indian
in Indian
currency,
currency,
correct.
and another in African currency.
Yeah. See, there are multiple ways to handle Mehra, but exactly what is your current company solution, how they're working, detailed information if we have, then we can follow that exact path. But usually we can handle in these ways.
Oh,
Amar, yes, please, any
Yeah,
question, Amar?
Kumar, in Mehra's example, right? How would the legal entity be differentiated? Because legal entity here in this case, it has to be two different legal
Global
entities, right?
temporary assignment is, we have one feature in the system.
Oh, okay, that's how you
Now he
define it.
will
Okay,
attach that global temporary assignment. So for time being, he will work there, not in India.
okay,
Yeah. And Arun
okay.
Prakash, will you share the requirement gathering? We will share, Arun, but I will not share right now. Once after I take that workshop session in the coming days, I will consolidate all documents in one drive and I will share. And Jitendra Tyagi, do we select none in account creation when we are in integration accounting? Jitendra, yes, you can go with none. So that directly through data loaders, it will create. Integration means through loading, you are doing that. You can keep it none. So that manually system won't create while hiring the employee. Then please share the user account creation explanation Excel. This Excel already we have shared in the initial days only. But again, if you want, I will reshare it today along with that employment model document. And Shubham Paturkar, how candidate get notification about account created? See, if you followed the sessions when we talking about the user creation part, even when I created this account in the system, in our day 3 class, we go and refer. By default in the Fusion system, we have the notifications concept at our user category level. Okay. So when any new account created, system will send the welcome email to that. But again, I'm going to cover that in our core HR module transactions. I will hire an employee and I will show you how the record getting created and how employee account gets created and how system triggering the email notification to them. But already in our day 3 session, when we created the user account manually also, system triggered notification to the email. Welcome email we have. Welcome Oracle applications, welcome email. Congratulations, your application account created, we have seen. So every employee by default will get. It's a seeded behavior in the system. And 3-tier employment terms and assignment both are same in purpose to select. That is what I told Kruti. Difference between the 2-tier, 3-tier when I'm explaining you. If your client want to enable the contract details at the 2-tier, now the solution in place in 2-tier also. Earlier, Oracle didn't given this contract option at 2-tier. They used to give only at the 3-tier there. So client used to use that one. But now it moved towards the 2-tier also. That's why clients using 2-tier in place of 3-tier. And Mahesh, in future, if client want to merge 2 BUs to 1 BU, in that case, how we can manage existing? There is nothing like that happens. If there is a merging happen also, the existing RDS you can able to change to the BU. That is possible because 4 RDS we are mapping to each BU. I told you. At any point of time, you can change that reference data sets to BU. That feasibility there in the system. So in future they are merging and they are making it as consolidated with one BU. What are the finalized RDS you want? You map that to that BU so that it will take up accordingly. And the enterprise start date is editable while enterprise setup. No, but we can update with the latter dates. 110001 is not editable, but we have update option. You want to edit and you want to give as 111952 or 51, that you can do. But 0001 it will not do. And NID Aadhaar was given in 2013 and one rejoin if we produce different NID like PAN, does HR has to enter all details only clicking on next. All details have to be matched, either NID or other attributes I'm telling. So what is the combination that your client having in the system? Or NID or first name, last name, date of birth, gender. Either all these attributes or NID. Any of these things should match. In your case, the PAN earlier employee given, now NID given, Aadhaar card he given. So obviously it cannot match because that point of time, old time he given PAN, now he given Aadhaar. It won't match. So system will check for other attributes, last name, first name, date of birth, gender. These combination system will check. And then we have a duplicate check. Seshu Chandra, duplicate check customization you can do, Seshu. That we are going to come a concept called lookups. The list of drop-down values customization in the system. We have a concept called lookups. In that you can go and you can do that if you want. And Amarnath, that question I think we have answered it already. Date of birth is not mandatory. How to do, Srihari? We can enable that, Srihari, here. Your question is here, date of birth is coming as optional. Can you see any field, not only date of birth? Let's say now position is optional here. I want to make it mandatory like this. If client having that requirement, we can do that. We have a concept in place called sandbox, something called customization and personalization. One concept we have team here. In this concept, we can do that. We will see in our customization classes that one. Okay. And
Kumar, I have a question
yes,
regarding
Saira,
Mehra's.
please. Yes, please,
Yeah, Kumar,
Saira.
thanks.
Yeah.
So regarding Mehra's question, you have mentioned you see, when person is working in India, he has created under legal entity only, right? So now maybe after 1 year he is going to Africa to work there for some assignment. Now you're saying instead of assigning that user again under that Africa legal entity, it's a global temporary working.
No, global temporary assignment means in the African legal entity, you are going to give him the assignment for temporary basis.
Okay, under that African legal entity also this user will be created and he will be assigned some task, right?
Not task, assignment we will assign.
I mean assignment, yeah.
Yes.
Just as you mentioned, assignment
Correct.
will be given to him under so and so BU and all those details.
Exactly, correct.
That means that user one will be having the details under one legal entity in India and also in the Africa also will
Or
be
in
having.
Africa, true.
Okay, and the where you mentioned salary, they will be getting some salary into his account in African currency,
also in
and
India.
India also will be getting.
Yeah.
Okay, then
If
where we are
client
mentioning
want to
this
stop
temporary.
in India, they can stop. They can skip that person in payroll processing for that period. That is also doable.
Okay, and you mentioned some for someone's question you mentioned global temporary, right? How we are able to achieve that global temporary? Is
We'll see
it
that we are
really
at the initial stage of configurations
okay?
only. If we come to transactions, I can show you that. Okay. Okay, team, I'll conclude here for today. Let's join back tomorrow and we'll continue, team. Thank you, everyone.